Welcome to the Cyber Threat Bulletin, where we keep you up to date on the latest cybersecurity threats and data breaches. I am your host Ragshaw, and today we'll be covering some significant developments in the world of cyber threats. Please like, share, subscribe, and follow the Cyber Threat Bulletin to stay updated on the cyber threat landscape. Stay informed, stay secured. Let's jump right in. Our first story highlights a critical vulnerability that has been patched in the popular Windows file archiver utility, WinRAR. Millions of users rely on this software for compressing and extracting files. However, a high-severity flaw, tracked as CVE 2023404477, was discovered that allowed attackers to execute arbitrary commands on a victim's computer simply by opening a specially crafted RAR file. This alarming vulnerability was brought to light by a researcher known as Goodbyes Eileen from the Zero Day Initiative. The researcher responsibly reported the flaw to the vendor, RARLAB, on June 8, 2023. Users are urged to update their WinRAR installations to the latest version to safeguard against this potentially devastating attack. Moving on, an international law enforcement operation led by Interpol has struck a significant blow against cybercriminals in an operation codenamed Africa Cyber Surge 2. Launched in April 2023, this 4-month operation spanned 25 African countries and resulted in the arrest of 14 suspected cybercriminals. The operation's focus was to dismantle over 20,000 cybercrime networks engaged in various malicious activities, including extortion, phishing, business email compromise, BEC, scams, and online fraud. The combined efforts of law enforcement disrupted these networks, which had inflicted financial losses exceeding $40 million. Additionally, hundreds of malicious IP addresses used for hosting malware and distributing dangerous software were taken down, making a significant dent in the cybercriminal infrastructure. Our next story centers around Juniper Networks, a major player in the networking hardware industry. The company has released an out-of-cycle security update to address multiple critical vulnerabilities within the J-Web component of their Junos OS. These vulnerabilities, with a cumulative CVSS rating of 9.8, could potentially enable remote code execution on susceptible installations. These flaws impact all versions of Junos OS on SRX and X series devices. In a worst-case scenario, an attacker, without authentication, could exploit these vulnerabilities to remotely execute code on the affected devices. Juniper Networks' prompt response in releasing this security update underscores the importance of keeping networking hardware up to date to prevent potential breaches. Our final story takes us into the world of sophisticated cybercrime tools with a focus on a toolkit known as WoofLocker. Originally documented by Malwarebytes in January 2020, WoofLocker has evolved into a potent weapon for conducting tech support scams. This toolkit employs advanced traffic redirection tactics using embedded JavaScript in compromised websites. It employs anti-bot and web traffic filtering checks to serve malicious JavaScript code only to valid users. What's truly intriguing is the use of steganographic tricks to hide the malicious JavaScript code within PNG images. This complex mechanism ensures that only genuine users are targeted, adding an extra layer of camouflage to the scheme. This toolkit, also known as 404 Brolic, highlights the sophistication of modern cybercriminal operations. That concludes today's Cyber Threat Bulletin. We hope you found this informative and helpful in keeping you informed on the latest cybersecurity threats and data breaches. Thank you for tuning in, and we will see you next time. Please like, share, subscribe, and follow the Cyber Threat Bulletin to stay updated on the cyber threat landscape.